Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24, where today we are post-trade deadline into the month of August, and we'll start off by watching our 43 and 69 Athletics play host to the 46 and 65 Seattle Mariners. Two AL West teams starting off today's episode. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content as we get towards the end of year number 3. JP Sears on the mound for the A's. Not been a good year for him. A 3-13 record with a 7.03 ERA. You'll start off with the All-Star this year, Amed Rosario, stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch of the day will be popped up into right field, where Rooker will get underneath this one and record that. We'll take a look at this Mariners lineup. Obviously, Seattle struggling this season. Starting next will be Alberto Rodriguez, then Julio Rodriguez, who really has struggled in this past 10 games, only in 171 in that span. Luke Raley in the left, Jorge Polanco the DH, Harry Ford at catcher, finally up at the majors now. Ty France, Cole Young, and Tyler Locklear round out the lineup. Here's Alberto Rodriguez, the rookie from the Dominican Republic, who bloops this one into center field in front of Ruiz for a one-out single. J-Rod now with an 0-1, grounds it over to Wilson, who goes the second, and he'll go to first, and Julio's struggles continue. It's a double play. Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners. Last start he made, he went 6 2/3 with a 2 earned run day. Got the no decision against the Reds. He'll start off this evening against Zach Geloff, who swings through a curveball in the dirt, and that'll be that first out for the A's. Tyler Soderstrom now settling into this number 2 spot with a 1-0 pitch. Rips this one into right field with some carry, and it's going to clear the fence. A Soder pop for Tyler Soderstrom. One run on the homer. His 21st of the year, and the 2-time consecutive All-Star continue to be the best bat in this Athletics lineup. They take an early 1-0 lead. Eddie now in the 3-hole, 2-1 pitch to him, and he gets a nice fastball to hit. Into center field this one goes, but it will be caught out there by Raley. And we'll take a look at the A's lineup, already hitting the ball well with a home run, as he leads all A's with 56 RBIs. Brent Rooker's in the 4, followed by Robbie Martin, Esteury Ruiz, Ryan Oda, Logan Davison at short today. I haven't seen him in quite some time. And then Jacob Wilson at third in the 9-hole. Here is Rooker with a 2-2, and he will swing at a slider, pitch he shouldn't have. That'll end the first. Bottom 3, here's Logan Davidson leading off for the A's, and he wins the battle of the Logans. Pushing this one down the left field line up against the wall. It's going to be the lead out double here to begin the 3rd inning. Jacob Wilson now up next in the 9-hole, hitting .221 now on the season. Average continues to rise, and this will help. Rips it to left field, and that's going to drop another double for the A's. It's an RBI for Jacob Wilson. His 24th of the season, and it's 2-0 Athletics. Still nobody down in the 3rd for the top of the lineup. Here's Zach Geloff, and he continues the hit train into left field. Wilson will be waved home, and the throw is not in time. 3-0 A's. An RBI single for Geloff. Tyler Soderstrom went deep in his first at-bat. Gets a nice pitch here, but can't connect on the curveball. Finally, first out of the inning. Eddie Rosario, who flew out back in the first one, out graced the plate, as he has the runner on first base. 0-2 pitch to the left fielder. And he will not pull the trigger on a fastball he should have. That's the second out on the strikeout. Brent Rooker now up next. Chops this one over to second. And that will end the 3rd. The A's push across 2 more. They lead 3-0. We'll go top 4 with 2 down for Luke Raley, who bloops this one into left field. And it will not be caught by Rosario, who gives it a dive and misses. A little bit unnecessary, and now Raley's rounding second, going to 3rd. He's going to head home, and the play is not in time. It's an inside-the-park homer for Luke Raley. Eddie Rosario with an unnecessary dive, and it costs them a run. 3-1 now in favor of the A's as you go bottom 4. Robbie Martin leads off, and he'll bloop this one into right field, and that's not a good play by the right fielder. Rodriguez misplays it, and now Robbie Martin is going to get some extra bases. He has himself a leadoff triple to begin the 4th inning. So bad defense from both times costing him. As here's Ruiz, the guy you want in this spot, with a 1-2, but he swings at a pitch in the dirt. That's a big strikeout for Logan Gilbert. Now notice Chance, who struck out back in the 2nd, only hitting .203 on the season. 1-1 pitch to the first baseman, and he will sky this one to left field. We'll see if this is deep enough to tag. Raley will make the catch, and they will send Martin home. Throw is offline. The A's get the run right back in the bottom of the 4th. Sack fly makes it 4-1, and that'll do it for Logan Gilbert. Carlos Vargas in out of the pen, the long reliever for the M's. Trying to get the final out here of the fourth. He will get it as we go bottom 6 now, and Rooker will strike out to begin Vargas' day. And I bring up Robbie Martin. You can see the splits hitting way better at home this year, almost a whole 100 points more at Sutter Health Park. And with an 0-2, though, he can't pull the trigger on the slider. He'll strike out. 2 down now for Ruiz, and he hits a fastball into right field. Should be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Carlos Vargas, as it is. So we'll now go into the 7th. Sears still on the mound, mind you. But with 2 down, Harry Ford launches this one to right, and it's going to clear the fence. A solo homer for Harry Ford, who's finally firmly into the Mariners lineup. We've seen him at the minors for quite some time in this series. I think he's more than due to get his chance, and, well, he's starting to show out. 4th homer of the season from the number 12 overall pick back in 2021 out of North Cobb High School in Georgia. Makes it 4-2. As we go into the top of the 8th, J.P. Sears still on the mound. And he begins with Cole Young, who gives a leadoff double for the M's. A's holding on to a 2-run lead, but Sears continues to hold. Pitch count's only in the 70s, and they're going to continue to roll with them. 2-1, Locklear up the middle for a base hit. Young will be sent home, and the Mariners will cut it within a 1. It's an RBI single from Tyler Locklear, the rookie out of VCU. Still nobody out in the top of the lineup. Ahmed Rosario rips one to left field, and this one is trouble up against the wall on a bounce. 3 straight hits for the Mariners, and it is now tied at 4 apiece. The All-Star with an RBI double, and still nobody out. Rodriguez now 2-2, busts the bat. Bad hit, but it even works out. It's another hit. 4 straight hits for the Mariners. Sears all of a sudden just cannot get anybody out. And then Rodriguez rips it up to left center. 5 straight hits for the Mariners. They get the lead. Another one will come across and score, and all of a sudden the Mariners have just decided they want to hit every single baseball possible. 6-4 now, and that'll do it for Sears, who unfortunately his great day comes to a sour end. As Ryan Thompson now comes in the 8th. Starts off with Rayleigh, and now Rodriguez tries to take third, and he's gunned down. Ambitious on the base pass, and then Rayleigh lines out to short, so quick 2 outs for Thompson. Brings up Jorge Polanco, swings and misses, but the A's all of a sudden find themselves down by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th, where the former Diamondback of their own, Carlos Estevez, will come in relief, touting a .389 ERA. He'll start off against Eddie Rosario, who swings through the changeup at strike 3. How about Brent Rooker, also struck out in his last at-bat. His first pitch to him pops up a fastball, a little late on it. Pitch he should drive. With that 9 vision, it's hard to hit the ball sometimes. Quickly 2 down now for Robbie Martin with a 1-for-3 day, and he's also going to pop up a fastball over to second base, where it will be gloved, and that'll bring us to the end of the 8th. As now we head into the 9th inning, where Gregory Santos in for the Mariners to close it out. 23 for 30 on save ops. He's got to start off against Esteury Ruiz, who draws a walk. Okay, so the fastest man on, the tying run at the plate. Ryan Noda now, 0-1. Gets jammed on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's flared out to left. I thought that one would drop for a second. Instead, it's out number 1. 8-hole hitter now in favor of Logan Davis, and Ruiz is finally going to try to take second, and he does it with ease. The AL leader in stolen bases grabs another one, and he's now in scoring position. Later in the at-bat for Davis in 1-2. He's ahead of a changeup he should have crushed, and he knows it. Misses that one, comes down to the final out in the form of Jacob Wilson. Full count, draws a walk. So now the tying run out first, winning run at the plate. It's Zach Geloff. First pitch to him, and he rips a changeup up the middle, but Young with a great diving play, and that'll end this one. The Mariners sneak out a victory by a final score of 6-4, and what turned out to be a very frustrating game for the A's. They played good up until the 8th inning. The Mariners couldn't really hit the ball consistently all day, and all of a sudden they hit 5 consecutive hits and went from being down by 2 to being up by 2. And then a great defensive play by Cole Young ends the game on a game that should have definitely been won by the A's. Your player of the game is Luke Rayleigh, went 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. That home run again being an inside the park homer because Eddie Rosario's unnecessary dive. Now, we're going to make one roster move after this. We're going to send down our newest acquisition, Elliot Ramos. He has not hit good at the majors. He needs to pass through waivers, though. I don't think he'll be claimed, and he actually would not be. So we're going to call up Jordan Diaz in his place. He's hit pretty well at the big league roster in his time in this series, so why not give him another chance? We lose the next game 7-4 in 15 innings. JP Fire-Austin continues to not play good since being acquired. 2 earned run in a third of an inning, and Jordan Diaz actually went yard since rejoining the majors. We do win Game 3, though, 6-5. Tyler Soderstrom hits 2 homers in this game, and proving to be the offensive difference maker. And we lose the series against the Mariners, though, before heading now to Camden Yards to face the 70-46 Baltimore Orioles, the leaders in the AL East, who also were pretty aggressive at the deadline and beefing up their club, trying to hold on to this division lead. We'll send Dean Kramer on the mound for them, a righty making his 12th start of the season. Had a pretty good campaign thus far. Zach Geloff will lead off, now tagging an 8-game hitting streak, so something to keep an eye on. He'll start off with a 2-2 pitch, and he'll try to pull a changeup into left, but it will not drop. We'll take a look at the Athletics lineup in this game against the O's. As you can see, a Geloff followed by Soderstrom, Rosario, Rooker, Martin, Ruiz. Diaz getting the start at third base today in the 7th spot. Noda the 8-hole, and then Davidson down in the 9-hole as the A's are the 12th best team in the AL in terms of average. Soderstrom now up next at 275 on the season. He misses on a cutter inside on the 1-2. He'll sit down now, 2 down for Eddie Rosario, and Eddie will ground this one over to second. That's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Dean Kramer. On the mound for the A's will be Mick Abel, the new ace, who's played a quietly good season. 11-7 record, one of the few pitchers with a winning record, and a 3.72 ERA. The newest Luis Ariz will step into the batter's box. We saw him a couple episodes ago with the Milwaukee Brewers, now acquired close to the deadline from the O's. He grounds out to begin. Jackson Holliday now up next with an 0-1, and the All-Star will hit this one to center field, where it will be caught by Ruiz. And we'll take a look at this Orioles lineup again, trying to be aggressive and getting this team to the playoffs. We'll see Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson, a great 2-3-4 lineup. Austin Hayes in left, J.P. Crawford in the DH, Samuel Basayo at first base, newest center fielder Trent Grisham, and then Brenton Doyle in right. Here is Adley Rutschman hitting 303 on the season, and he blasts this one to left field, hot off the bat, and it's going to one-hop off of the wall. And he will get there, but it's a 2-out double for the now 3-time All-Star. Good spot here for Gunnar Henderson. First pitch to him. He gets jammed into shallow left, where Davidson will make the play. So nobody scores in the first. We're going to go all the way to the top of the 6th. Both pitchers doing great today. But Logan Davidson hits this one well to right at the track, but it's caught. I thought that one might clear the fence for a minute. Loud out number 1 for Zach Geloff, up next, who draws a walk. So a base runner here for the A's will bring up Tyler Soderstrom, who last game hit 2 home runs. 0 for 2 instead today. First pitch to him, and he will hit this one to first, where it's not gloved by Basayo. That's back-to-back base runners here for the A's. Probably one of the best scoring chances of the day for either squad. Eddie Rosario with a big at-bat. Full count pitch to him, and he will tattoo this one to right. Eddie Rosario breaks the tie. No doubt about this one. Blasted to right field. A 3-run bomb for Eddie Rosario as he hits his 15th of the season. Blazed that ball, went 420 to right. And also went from a tie 0-0 game in the 6th to a 3-0 lead for the A's. That'll also do it for Dean Kramer. He would be pulled for the former Chicago White Sox Jake Woodford, making his 20th appearance of the season. And still 1 out for Brent Rooker, 0-1. He gets a nice slurve, and he's going to hit this one to right field on a drop for a base hit. So the Orioles not out of the woods just yet, as that'll bring up Robbie Martin. You can see the splits now. Again, doing a lot better at home, but now he's on the road today. 236 in that area as he hits the full count, but draws a walk. Slurve inside doesn't connect, even though it probably should have. And that was 2 on for the A's, and their best clutch hitter, Esteury Ruiz, steps into the batter's box. He's drawn a walk back in the 2nd. His only time on the base pass today. 1-2 to the center fielder, but he chases a fastball low. Big out number 2 for Woodford. And now he's just got to get Jordan Diaz, who is 1 for 2 on the day. 0-1 to the third baseman, but he hits the ball well into left center. That's going to split the outfielders. That's going to score 2, and Jordan Diaz, who was called up earlier this week, continues to come in clutch. It's 5-0 A's here in the 6th. Ryan Noda now up next to the 1-2, and he can't pull the trigger. But the A's big story here gets a 5 spot. Abel will step back into the 6th, where Luis Ariz goes down low for a pitch, and Davison lollygags, allows him to reach first base. I think Davison could have been way more aggressive on that one. It's ruled a base hit, but don't know if it should have been. Jackson Holliday then reaches down and grabs one, and all of a sudden the A's start hitting the ball Coincidentally, the Orioles as well, as that's going to be an RBI double for the former #1 overall pick. It's now 5-1. Adley Rutschman out next to the 1-1. He draws a ball on a pitch that was maybe close call. 2-1 now. Rutschman drills this one to right. A 2-run homer for Adley Rutschman as that one hits off of a flagpole out there in right. And all of a sudden, coincidentally, as soon as the A's take a lead, the Orioles come firing right back. It's now 5-3. And Micah Bell still has nobody out in the 6th. This is very reminiscent of the last game we watched. Bell will stay in. Gunnar Henderson up next, and he hits this one well to right center. And this one's going to clear the wall. Back-to-back home runs for the Orioles as Gunnar Henderson, the 3-time Silver Slugger, hits his 24th of the season. And just like that, it's now a 5-4 game. And there's still nobody out here in the 6th. The Orioles bats have just come out of line out of nowhere. It's funny that happens when the A's start to get their bats hot. Zach Jackson then comes in relief for the A's. Micah Bell's day is done as he starts by walking Austin Hayes. The circle change misses on the outside. J.P. Crawford now with a 1-2 over to short. Davidson fields a good job here, and they do turn the 2. A big 2 outs here. Just at least stifles the momentum a little bit. I'm going to bring up the first baseman, Samuel Basayo, the second-year pro from the Dominican Republic, who gets a full count pitch and draws a walk. Fastball will miss just inside. I'm going to bring up Trent Grisham, who hits this one to center, and Ruiz will get underneath it, but the O's get 4. And it's now back to a 1-run game. Hunter Harvey, the former Washington National, will get the next inning for the Orioles and have to travel far to his new home. He starts off against Logan Davison and blows a 100-mile-an-hour fastball right by him. Davison stood no chance on that pitch. Geloff up next tries to catch up to the 100-mile-an-hour, but he pops it up. Easy play for Rutschman. Quick 2 down now, brings up Tyler Soderstrom with a 2-2, and he gets fooled on a splitter. A great inning for Harvey as he goes 1-2-3, and now Scott Barlow, the best reliever of the season for the A's. His average is back up to a .354, so a little bit of a struggle month for him. He's tasked with the 7th. He comes in with a runner on first and 1 down, and Jackson Holliday is going to hit a big hit into the outfield. Ruiz cuts it off, and they will hold the runner at third. But now 2 in scoring position for the heart of the lineup and Adley Rutschman. It's already gone deep today. Rips this one to center. Ruiz will glove it, but they will send the runner, and the throw is not in time, and we're tied up at 5 apiece. So the A's get 5, but the Orioles get 5 right back. Gunnar Henderson up next. Mark Kotze will walk him to first. They would rather face Hayes. I agree. And with a 2-2, Hayes gets locked up on the curve. He doesn't agree with the call, but I think that was a strike. So we're all knotted up now. Joe Jimenez will step in relief for the O's as he gets the next inning. Starts off against Eddie Rosario in the 8th, and he walks him on a fastball high. The A's now trying to answer back of their own. Rooker now at the plate. He gets a changeup. Hits it well to right center. Got some carry, but it is not hit deep enough where it's gloved by Doyle for the first out of the 8th. Robbie Martin now hitless on the day. 1-0. Jammed inside, and he's way late on that fastball. Enough space for Basayo to make the second out of the inning. How about Ruiz? 2-2 pitch, and he chases one in the dirt. He's thrown out, and we'll go bottom 8 where the Orioles bats have been hot. Mason Miller comes in relief for the Athletics. His 62nd appearance of the season. He comes in 2 down to the 8th for Trent Grisham, and he plunks him in the legs. Come on, you cannot hit him on a situation like that. Doyle now up next, 0-1, and he pops it up behind the plate, so Miller will get through the inning as we're still tied at 5 apiece. As we go into the 9th now, Miller back up at the mound. Luis Ariz, the 2-time batting champ, will begin this inning going into right and flying out to Rooker. Gonna bring up Jackson Holliday up next. First pitch to him, and he crushes this one to right center. It's got some carry, and that's gonna do it. Jackson Holliday walks it off for the O's. A solo homer for the All-Star shortstop, his 13th of the season, and the Orioles win it. Again, a frustrating day for the A's. Just like the first game, as soon as the Athletics start hitting the ball, the Orioles start doing it as well. We just could not have a lead. I'm calling baloney. I don't like to complain, but that's 2 straight games where the game just saw us take a lead, and decided we couldn't have it. If you look at some of the pitches, some of them weren't even bad pitches. It was either A, they were just reaching down and grabbing, or B, our pitchers were completely missing and throwing meatballs. Unacceptable there, but we at least do win the next game 8-6, scoring the final 7 runs in 2 innings. Eddie Rosario had a 2-run day in this one, 2-homer day to propel us ahead. But then we dropped game 3 14-3. Luis Medina and Ken Waldachuk really struggled. Medina did not have a good series. 5 earned and 2 2/3 in this series. And we dropped 2-3 against the Orioles, setting up the stage for next episode. We'll travel to Toronto before hosting the Tigers for 4. And hopefully we get some better and we'll be the show luck in the next episode, because this was very frustrating to play. I feel like we should have won both games, and the game just said that we should not. But I hope you guys enjoyed regardless. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.